All right, traders, we are back. We are back. We are live again. A very good morning to you. We do apologize for the technical difficulties. Monday morning, yeah. Seems like there's a bit of a glitch that's been hanging around, but I think we are on the way now. As mentioned in the chat facility, our technical team is sorting it out as we speak. Let me know if it is much better. If you can hear me and I'm more audible, it would be fantastic to get your feedback there. All right, let me know. Let me know. All right, traders, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 9:40. And it is the 6th of July. Hope you guys can hear me now. All right, we're busy working on this. We have implemented a brand new set of features, or at least benefits to all our students this Monday morning. And, not to say we'll be touching wood, but many times when it comes to new implementations, there could be a bit of cracks here and there. But I can guarantee you moving forward, it will all smoothen and iron itself out as we do go along. All right. But once again, warm welcome to you. Thanks for tuning in. This is our first trading room for July. We have implemented 4 trading rooms Monday to Friday. That's at 6:30 in the morning. 9:30 in the morning, 12 midday, 3 o'clock, as well as 6 o'clock in the evening. All right. And this is the very first one. We are making sure that we'll give you guys quality. We want you to walk with us. We've seen that there are many traders that do trade, but they do still need that walk around as we do go, further on in the trading journey. So we want to try and put some meat onto the bone here this morning. So please note that we'll obviously be doing further updates, to all our students, all our clients, and we'll just make sure that everybody is sorted out. All right. So 9:30 will be replacing the opening bell as you normally would have had. Instead of going for 10 minutes on a market update, we have decided to put in an entire trading room in the morning, which is obviously the London session that you are able to trade. And I think that's going to be important. Barticle, I see you there. All our trading room times are in the chat facility. Houdini, I see you there. Sage, all good. Guys, let me know about the sound. Our technical team is working in the background there, making sure that it gets established. We'll be running the 12 o'clock trading room as well, 3 o'clock and the 6 o'clock today. So you'll have a round trip with us. All right. I just wanted to place emphasis on that so that you guys know moving forward, this is going to be an everyday thing, Monday to Friday. All right. Without further delay, let's get moving on this one over here. All right. Let's get moving on this one over here. Very important. Just remember the information we discuss in this video is opinion and should not be construed as advice in any way. All right. All right. Traders, we do have my brother that will come on shortly as well. But let me know in the chat facility if all is okay there. All right. Let me just know. Tanya, I see it there. Beautiful. Beautiful. I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. Karabo, I see you there. Petunia, I see you there. Sound is good. Barticle. All right. All right. My brother will be on if there's any other issues. As I've said, we are pushing and we are putting together this entire new added benefits for all of you good guys. So I'm seeing there the sound is much better here. Let's just get a few more there from Particle. Tanya's good. All right, all right. So let's get moving then, guys. Please, at any point in our session here, let me know. All right, let me know. All right, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Let me know at any time in the session if there's any interference as we are pushing through this Monday morning. The first session of the first day is always the hardest and or the toughest. And then after that, it's smooth sailing. All right, so let's push, guys. We have our markets looking very, very, very interesting here this morning. If I can maybe, just put a few things into perspective for you. The core engine of this morning is the US yields and the dollar index. And, what really happened there was the US 10-year Treasury yield eased a little bit there to about 4.47%. And the dollar index remains below the 101 point area. And the major cause, or at least a cause for this, was that major miss in June on the NFP. Now, you guys streamed with us last week. They only added 57,000 jobs against the 110,000 forecast. And what that did was, from an impact perspective, all right, the cooling labor market significantly reduced the pressure on the Fed to hike those rates. So all eyes are on the upcoming FOMC meeting minutes to confirm that if this becomes dovish or not. And I think that's a very important place to maybe start. All right, it's a very important place to start. So we'll be going through a couple of instruments here. But what's important about this new look of ours and this new way we'll be doing things is that we will be walking through the entire day with you guys. All right. We'll be walking through the entire day with you guys every day, because what we've seen over the past couple of years is that there's many students that can trade. They have a bit of experience, they have exposure, but unfortunately, due to scheduling, due to the lack of hands-on approach, they kind of get to a place where they're not sure what to do, especially by themselves. So if we, example today, like now, we go through Euro USD and we find any form of opportunity here, not only does the academy demonstrate or get inside of those trades here. Obviously, guys, as we know by now, we can't advise our clients to get into any positions. But myself and T, we get into positions in real time right here. And what that will then allow us to do is to walk all our students through the trades that we've been in. And there's some students that might have taken those trades as well. There might be clients that have taken those trades as well. And because of that, they'll be able to see what we do if we are faced with any pitfalls, if there's any challenges that we find, during the day. We have 4 pit stops to show how we adapt to the changing market. So at 9:30, at 12 o'clock, at 3 o'clock, and at 6 o'clock, we then show what kind of decisions we make. So we don't just show it to you Tuesdays and Thursdays, we show it every single day. This will build a lot of confidence in our students. We are pretty sure about that. All right. So once again, if at any time there's any issues on the sound, let me know. It's our first day in. And so obviously we're expecting a couple of glitches here and there. It's just how things work, unfortunately, at times. Not always, but many of the cases are right. But it's okay. We will smoothen things out as mentioned. So here we have the Euro USD. Like I mentioned to you now, the dollar has decreased a little bit there. So let's go and see what's happening on this chart here this morning. Now, many guys are obviously going to look at it from a daily perspective. They want to see if there's any movement over here. Now, it's as clear as daylight that we've created a new low here. All right. But that new low does not mean that we're going down immediately. And that's what we try to really get the guys to understand. It's Monday. All right. So Monday may put people in a position to say new low. All right. And we might be going down again. That's not true, because this is the new month. Now there's June, here's July. This is the 6th of July. This is the 3rd of July. And obviously here we have the 2nd and so forth. Now, price is accumulating into the new month. That's the first thing to understand. All right. It is accumulating into a new month. Now, that accumulation comes from a very strong dollar over the past 2 months. All right. So that's the structure that was created over the past 2 months. One can call this a downtrend as well. I mean, there's your low, there's your lower low, and there's a third lower low. So there is a lot of downside here that has happened over the past 2 months. That's important, all right, because that lets the trader know that there is obviously some bearish tendencies here. However, that does not mean that for the beginning of July that we are going to continue that bearish movement there. Please understand that. It does not mean that we are going to continue the bearish momentum to the downside. In fact, by now, all of the people that have some exposure to the markets know that price is moving in the wavy type of format. So this area over here has become a substantial support as well. All right. That support can possibly push the price up first in the beginning of the month, and then maybe even towards the mid-July could go a little bit higher, and then we come down towards the end. It could maybe consolidate right there and then push down. All right. It could possibly come down like this, push, sideways like that, up, and then we come down. There are so many possibilities. All right. What you need to do is you need to find the most probable outcome. To do that, that's why we're analyzing price 4 times a day now, because this is going to show you how to handle the uncertainty. The 3 scenarios I just pointed out to you traders is exactly why we're doing this. All right, 4 times a day. It's exactly why we're doing this. It's because this is going to allow you now to understand whether you're going to sit on the selling side or on the buying side over here. All right, because nobody can control the markets. There's nobody that has 100% winning rate. And, if someone does say 100% winning rate, one must criticize or scrutinize that at the same time. Now, how would we do that? How many times a day do they trade? How many times a week do they trade? If you're trading twice a week, it's possibly that you could have 100% win rate twice a week. You're only taking 2 trades. Maybe you take a trade on Monday, you take a trade on Wednesday or Thursday. So if you win both trades every single week, one can say there's 100% winning rate. Fine, fair enough. But that also depends on your schedule. That also depends on, what you do throughout the day. Are you able to get to the markets, effectively and on time and so forth? Then there's the other side. If you're a scalper, you may not have the same 100% winning rate because you may be taking 10 trades, 20 trades, 30 trades per day. That winning rate percentage is totally different because we're talking about a different period of trading here. We're speaking about different positions. So it's definitely going to be different. So hence we're saying that the Academy is showing those dynamics, those intricacies, all right? There's not really someone that can say it's 100% spot on. What you want to work with, all right, is perhaps, doing, 80%, 70%. That's still a very good winning rate there, all right? It all depends on the types of trades you do. If you doing 10 trades a week as an example, winning 7 of them is actually really powerful, all right? So just make sure that you are hearing that information. So if we go then to the Euro USD here, let's start to analyze this. And guys, there are different ways to look at it, all right? There are different ways, all right? Just give me a second here. I'm just checking something here. All right, there we go. So Euro USD, past 2 months, pretty bearish. Now there's different indicators, different tools, different shapes you can use to analyze just this area over here. But before I do that, I want to place some emphasis on many guys will normally do a top-down analysis, okay? Which is nothing wrong with that, all right? Doing a top-down analysis. But I want to maybe just put our attention on possibly moving from the smaller, shorter time frames to the higher time frames, all right? I think that is what I want to try and show here this morning, and then we're going to see how that pans out during the day. So I'm going to switch on my zigzag here. The reason why I'm going to switch on the zigzag is because this gives us a high probable percentage of where the actual high was, all right, where that high was and where the low was. You'll see the blue is in giving us the bullish impulse, and the red is giving us the opposite pullback of that first run. Okay, now you can see that every single impulse has a pullback, and the pullback gives us an indication whether price is going to move aggressively against the initial move or not. And you can actually track it like that. So that's the first move, there's the second against it, and then it moves up past. And then this one here, there was a little bit of a resistance here on the buyers. Resistance came via the sellers. So we had the first correction came up, and then the second one came down, which gave us a lot of compression into the zone here. But look what happened. It did not push below there. It actually stayed probably halfway, all right? And then we saw price catapult back up. But then we start seeing a change of narrative here now, all right? This is a couple of months in. We have the first low here, and this low is breaking below all of these support areas over here. That's an important thing to note, all right? We do look, while we're looking at the Euro USD. Then price comes and then creates another low here. So first low and then second low over there. So let me just put that in so that you guys can see. I think it's important to label at times as well. All right, guys, label it so that you know what you're working with. There's the lower low there now. All right, so this is a lower low. And that's important because that's already the start of, a lot of bearish bias here. However, price has the tendency, as you can see, once it's done the impulse to the upside, all right, it has the correction. And then from the correction, once the red zigzag has printed, that's why I use it, because if there was no zigzag here like this, let me just take it off so you can see, then you wouldn't know where the red opposing side is. I think that's a very important one. All right. Exactly, Aaron. This entire system now will align with growth. And I got your email, by the way, brother. I'm saying that so the guys know that you guys have access to us. We're here to help you. All right. Now, if you don't have the zigzag on, it becomes a little bit more complicated to see whether a new low was formed. But when you switch